Good morning, children. Today is the fourth class of digestive system in human body. Now today I'll be dealing of the causes of indigestion in our bodies. Now the pathway of food, we have discussed earlier that the food is introduced in our mouths, and with the help of the salivary juices given out by the salivary glands and acted upon by the salivary juices, carbohydrates, starches are digested, and in a semi-digested condition it passes into the esophagus and then to the stomach, where that food is acted upon by the gastric juice, hydrochloric acid, and then it is passed on to the initial part of the small intestine, that is the ileum, and this is known as the duodenum. Here the liver and the pancreas, they act upon the food. The liver secretes the bile juice, which is greenish in color, and the pancreas secrete pancreatic juices, which act upon the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates. Now from here, that is the duodenum, the food passes to the small intestine, where the intestinal juice is secreted, that is also known as succus entericus, and complete digestion of food takes place, and then it goes to the large intestine, colon, and then to the anus, via which all the undigested waste materials are ejected off. Now we require to take food every day to remain healthy, for energy, for growth, for repair of our body cells, etc. But it so happens that always we are not healthy. Sometimes we become unhealthy due to indigestion. Now why this is caused? Now there is an imbalance in the intestine. There is an ideal ratio of good bacteria and bad bacteria. That means there are bacteria present in our intestine which helps in digestion. Now the ratio is 85% of good bacteria and 15% of bad bacteria, which helps in the digestion of our food. Now this good bacteria, it helps in digesting the carbohydrates, the sugars, then the fibers present in the fruits, vegetables, etc. Now, if we take regular good quality of food, then we will remain healthy. But if we do not, and on top of that, if we take certain antibiotics, toxins are present in our bodies, a lot of alcohol, a lot of sugar, then what happens that the bacterial imbalance takes place in our intestines, and then we get indigestion. So what is the remedy? How to make a check or keep a control of this? So for that it is suggested that we are supposed to take herbs like garlic, onion, fresh vegetables, fruits, green leafy vegetables, sprouted fermented food, sprouted grains, curd. Curd helps a lot in our digestion. So then again the balance of our indigestion will be maintained and proper digestion will take place. Now there is another very important reason of indigestion. Now the food which we take in, it has to contain a lot of enzymes for the digestion of all types of food. Why? Because the pancreas are there to secrete several types of juices. You have learnt earlier the lipase, then the trypsin, then the carbohydrates, carbohydrases. So that is the proteases, carbohydrases, and the lipases, which the pancreas secretes for the digestion of these three types of food. Now what will happen if we take a lot of food and it does not contain enzymes, good amount of enzymes, then the pancreas will have to work a lot. It is too much stressed for secreting the enzymes for digesting our food. Therefore, the food which we take in is supposed to have a lot of enzymes in it also. Now, how we are going to do this? We are supposed to take in a lot of organic food like raw papaya, then pineapples, then juices of fruits, vegetables, again sprouted grains or fermented vegetables. So that will help to make up for the enzymes which the pancreas has to secrete if we take a lot of food for digestion. That means the burden over the pancreas, the stress over the pancreas, it will be reduced and indigestion will not be caused, and we will have a healthy body because the digestive system will work properly. Now, sometimes it so happens that this taking in a lot of toxins or what is there in our body, then a lot of antibiotics, these create indigestion. Then another thing is that there is the deficiency of magnesium in our bodies. When there is deficiency of magnesium in our bodies, then indigestion will take place. So then heavy metal toxicity, toxins, all these can also cause improper balance of digestion in our bodies. Now, therefore, we are supposed to have healthy food habits to maintain our digestive system. Now, how is this to be maintained? There are several ways to have healthy food habits. We are supposed to take in unprocessed food so that fresh nutrients are taken up by the body. Now, if we take processed food, a lot of the nutrients and fiber content in that, it gets damaged. Therefore, we are supposed to take food which is unprocessed. Then, apart from that, we are supposed to take whole grain foods. In that way, we can get a lot of nutrients and fiber. Then, we are supposed to maintain a food diary of taking healthy food. Then apart from that, we are supposed to have healthy cooking habits like steaming vegetables and taking that is good for our health. Then the cooking techniques also are supposed to be changed. That is, latest cooking techniques like having air fryers. Then tandoor is there from a long time. So food cooked in tandoor or air fryers, that is good for our healthy digestion or healthy food habits. Then apart from that, we can take a lot of water. Water is a very healthy drink. So drinking a lot of water keeps us healthy. Now, unhealthy food habits. Why we become unhealthy? Sometimes we are worked up a lot, and we don't think while we are working doing some other work, we go on taking food, and that time we forget how much food we are taking, what quality or which quality food we are taking, and we keep on eating, and then that causes imbalance in our body, imbalance of digestion in our bodies. Then sometimes what we do, we skip one meal. And this causes irregularity in our metabolism. Then sometimes what we do, that we skip one meal, and then with the next meal when we take double quantity of food to compensate the previous meal which we have missed. So this brings about a lot of load in our livers, pancreas, etc., and it will cause indigestion. This is not at all a good style or eating habit. Then sometimes what happens that we are under emotional stress. We are sad, we are not happy, or sometimes we are working a lot. Then that time we eat to keep chewing a lot of candy bars. And when we are unhappy and we get a lot of ice creams, etc., then we keep eating ice creams. So all these leads to unhealthy maintenance of an unhealthy digestive or digestion in our bodies. So healthy food habits are supposed to be inculcated in ourselves. So how to remain healthy? We are supposed to have good sleep. That is very essential. Children especially, they are supposed to have 8 hours of sleep. You are supposed to have a lot of activities, exercises. Nowadays yoga is going on. Ramdev Baba, he is teaching a lot of yoga, so you can do yoga, and that will help you in your digestive mechanism in the body. Then don't be stressed up, don't be too much tensed. Eat fresh food, juices, fruits. Avoid junk food. And nowadays the coronavirus is there, so you're supposed to eat food which helps you in your immunity also, and you may stay at home, stay safe, and be healthy, be happy, maintain a food diary, and eat whatever just now I've told you, and be prepared for your good health and future life to work nicely and be happy. Thank you, children. That much for today.